Hello everyone. Today, I want to talk about something important: how to learn English. Learning English can be fun and easy if we do it right. I'll share some tips with you, but first, let me tell you a story. When I was young, I didn't know English. I felt nervous whenever I heard people speaking it. It seemed like a mountain I could never climb. Then one day, someone suggested listening to stories in English. At first, I didn't understand much, but I kept going. Every day, I listened to short, simple stories. Slowly, the words started making sense. It felt magical when I recognized my first phrase. One story was about a boy who dreamed of flying. He tried to build wings, but every time he fell, he learned something new. Just like that boy, I realized learning English is about persistence. Listening became my favorite part of the day. It wasn't just about learning a language, it was about enjoying the journey. So, if you want to learn English, start with stories. Listen to them daily. Feel the emotions, hear the pronunciation, and follow along with the words. Stories can transport you to new worlds while teaching you new words. And remember, each word you learn is a step closer to fluency. Let's make learning English fun, just like listening to a good story. What's your favorite story to listen to? Let's dive deeper into how you can learn English while listening to stories. Stories aren't just words, they're full of emotions, adventures, and lessons that can make learning exciting. When you listen to a story, you hear how words are connected. You understand how sentences are built and how emotions are expressed. Imagine listening to a story about a brave adventurer who travels the world. As you follow their journey, you're also picking up new vocabulary about places, emotions, and actions. For example, you'll learn words like explore, mountains, courage, or discovery. These words stick in your memory because they're tied to something interesting. Another great thing about stories is they help improve your pronunciation. When you hear how words are spoken naturally, you can repeat them and practice sounding just like a native speaker. Start with simple stories, and as you grow, challenge yourself with longer ones. Listening to stories isn't just for kids, it's for everyone. Whether it's a fairy tale, a mystery, or even a biography, every story can teach you something new. Don't worry if you don't understand every word at first. The more you listen, the more your brain adapts, and the easier it becomes. So, make it a habit. Find a story you love, close your eyes, and let the words take you on an adventure. Soon, you'll see that learning English can be as enjoyable as exploring a whole new world. What story will you start with today? If you're not sure where to start, let me guide you. There are many types of stories you can listen to, depending on your interest and level. For beginners, you can start with short children's stories. These stories use simple vocabulary, are easy to follow, and often include fun characters and lessons. As you grow more confident, move on to audiobooks or podcasts with longer and more complex narratives. You can even explore stories from your favorite movies or TV shows, which can make the process even more engaging because you already know the context. Remember to listen actively. Don't just let the words wash over you, try to repeat what you hear. Pause the audio and practice saying a sentence aloud. Focus on the rhythm, the tone, and how the words flow together. This will improve your speaking and listening skills at the same time. Another great idea is to write down new words or phrases you hear. After listening, look up their meanings and try to use them in your own sentences. For example, if you hear the word adventure, you can say, "I want to go on an adventure this weekend." This will help you remember the words and practice using them in context. Listening to stories in English is not just about language, it's about connection. Through stories, you'll connect with new cultures, ideas, and experiences. Over time, you'll not only improve your English, but you'll also gain a deeper appreciation for the beauty of the language. So, start today. Find a story, press play, and let yourself get lost in the words. The more you listen, the more confident you'll become, and before you know it, you'll be speaking English fluently and naturally. Your journey begins now. What are you waiting for as you continue this journey of learning English through stories? Remember that consistency is the key. Even if you can only spend 10 to 15 minutes a day listening, those small efforts add up over time. Make it a daily habit, perhaps while you're commuting, exercising, or relaxing at home. Another fun way to enhance your learning is to pair listening with reading. Find stories that come with transcripts or subtitles. Follow along as you listen, matching the spoken words to their written forms. This will help you improve your reading skills while reinforcing your understanding of pronunciation and sentence structure. Don't be afraid to revisit the same story multiple times. With each listen, you'll notice something new, maybe a word you missed the first time or a phrase that suddenly makes sense. Repetition strengthens your memory and builds your confidence. You can also engage your imagination by visualizing the scenes from the story. Picture the characters, settings, and actions in your mind. This technique makes learning more enjoyable and helps you connect emotionally with the story, making the language easier to remember. If you're learning with a friend, try retelling the story in your own words. This will help you practice speaking and test your understanding of what you've heard. Plus, sharing stories with others can make learning more interactive and fun. Remember, there's no rush. Learning a language is a journey, not a race. Celebrate every small achievement, whether it's understanding a tricky sentence, learning a new word, or completing a full story without needing translations. With every story you listen to, you're opening the door to a world of possibilities. So, keep exploring, keep listening, and keep learning. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, and maybe even inspire others with your own story of learning English. Keep going, you've got this. As you move forward, don't hesitate to step out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself by exploring different types of stories and topics. For instance, if you've been listening to fairy tales or children's stories, try moving to something like mystery stories, adventure tales, or even real-life stories such as biographies. Each genre introduces you to new vocabulary and ideas, enriching your language skills. Another great tip is to mimic the narrator's tone, accent, and intonation while listening. This not only helps improve your pronunciation but also makes your English sound more natural. Pay attention to how emotions are expressed in the story. For example, how does the narrator sound when a character is happy, sad, or excited? Practicing these expressions can make your spoken English more dynamic and engaging. It's also helpful to set specific goals. For example, you can aim to learn 5 new words or phrases from every story you listen to. Write them down in a notebook and create example sentences with them. Over time, you'll build a rich vocabulary that you can use in conversations. Don't forget to use modern tools to help you. There are plenty of apps and websites with audio stories designed specifically for language learners. Some even let you slow down the audio or highlight key vocabulary words. Make the most of these resources. They're like having a personal teacher with you at all times. And if you're feeling creative, you can even try writing your own story in English. Start simple, write about your day, a dream you had, or a short fictional tale. Then, read it out loud or record yourself telling the story. This will help you practice writing, speaking, and listening all at once. Lastly, remember that learning English should never feel like a chore. Make it enjoyable by picking topics you're passionate about. Whether it's travel, cooking, science fiction, or sports, there's a story out there for you. The more you love what you're learning, the faster you'll improve. Every story you listen to is like a small stepping stone toward fluency. Step by step, you're building your confidence, expanding your knowledge, and unlocking the doors to endless opportunities. Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. You're on the path to success. Thank you for staying with me on this journey, because learning English is indeed a journey, not just a destination. Every word you learn, every story you hear, and every sentence you practice brings you closer to mastering the language and expressing yourself confidently. But remember, it's not just about learning, it's about enjoying the process. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Did you understand a full story without pausing? Amazing! Did you learn how to use a new phrase in a conversation? That's progress. These little wins add up to big achievements over time. And don't let mistakes hold you back. Making mistakes is not failing, it's learning. Every time you mispronounce a word or forget a phrase, you're actually giving yourself a chance to grow. Be patient with yourself. Even the best English speakers started from zero once. To keep things exciting, explore stories that teach you something beyond just the language. You can listen to stories about different cultures, historical events, or inspiring people. For example, you might enjoy a story about someone overcoming challenges to achieve their dreams, just like you're doing now with English. Engage with the stories you hear. Ask yourself questions as you listen. What is this story trying to teach me? What new words or ideas did I learn? Can I explain this story to someone else? By actively engaging, you'll make the learning deeper and more memorable. If possible, surround yourself with English as much as you can. Besides stories, listen to songs, watch videos, and even join online communities where you can practice speaking. The more you immerse yourself, the more natural it will feel. And finally, never forget why you started learning English in the first place. Maybe it's for your studies, career, travel, or simply because you love the language. Whatever your reason, hold on to it and let it motivate you every day. You're not just learning a language, you're building a skill that can connect you with people, ideas, and opportunities across the world. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. The path ahead is full of exciting possibilities, and you're already walking it. One story at a time, you're getting closer to fluency. You've got this. Fluency is not just about knowing the words, it's about using them effortlessly. It's about expressing your thoughts, sharing your ideas, and connecting with others confidently. Every step you take on this journey brings you closer to that goal, and the best part is, you're already making incredible progress. To push yourself further, start incorporating English into your daily life. For example, when you're doing simple activities like cooking, cleaning, or walking, try narrating what you're doing in English. It might feel strange at first, but it's an excellent way to practice forming sentences naturally. Another great way to build fluency is to think in English. Instead of translating words from your native language, try to form your thoughts directly in English. Start small. Describe what you see around you, your plans for the day, or how you're feeling. Over time, thinking in English will become second nature. Don't forget to practice speaking as much as you can. If you don't have a language partner, talk to yourself. Record your voice while sharing your thoughts or retelling a story, then listen back to spot areas for improvement. It's an amazing way to build confidence and refine your pronunciation. If you have access to native speakers or advanced learners, start conversations with them. Don't worry about being perfect, they'll appreciate your effort and often help you improve. Even short interactions, like asking for directions or ordering food in English, can boost your confidence tremendously. Set specific fluency goals for yourself. For instance, challenge yourself to hold a 5-minute conversation in English without switching to your native language. or aim to read a short story and summarize it in your own words. These small challenges push you to grow step by step. Most importantly, stay inspired. Remind yourself why fluency matters to you. Picture yourself speaking English effortlessly during a trip abroad, impressing colleagues at work, or even telling your own story to inspire others. Visualization can be a powerful motivator. As you continue this journey, be proud of every milestone you reach. Fluency is not a final destination, it's a skill that keeps evolving as you practice and grow. And you're already proving that you have the determination, courage, and passion to achieve it. Keep going, keep pushing, and keep believing. The more you practice, the closer you'll get to fluency. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, and you'll feel proud knowing that you made it happen. It was a quiet evening, and Alex sat by the window, staring out at the city lights. He had always wanted to speak fluent English, but without a practice partner, he often felt stuck. One day, he came across a list, 9 techniques to practice English speaking alone. 9 techniques sounds interesting, Alex thought. But do they really work? Determined to find out, he decided to try them all. And guess what? Each one turned out to be more fun than he expected. Some made him laugh, some made him think, and some even made him feel like a completely different person. But the best part? He could already feel himself improving. So today, I'm going to take you through these 9 brilliant techniques, ones that can help anyone practice English speaking, even when alone. And the coolest part? I won't just tell you about them, I'll actually show you how to do them. Get ready to explore, experiment, and find the perfect mix of techniques that work for you. Trust me, these aren't your usual boring exercises, they're unique, fun, and incredibly effective. Let's dive in. Alex took a deep breath and decided to begin. Technique number 1, talking to yourself. This one sounds easy enough, he thought. So, he started describing everything around him. Okay, I see a cup of coffee on my desk. It's steaming hot, and the aroma is amazing. I should probably take a sip before it gets cold. At first, it felt a little weird talking to himself. But soon, he started enjoying it. Describing things out loud made his brain work faster, and he could already feel his sentences flowing more smoothly. Technique thinking in English. This one was trickier. Alex realized that he usually thought in his native language and then translated into English. No wonder he took so long to speak. All right, from now on, I'll try to think directly in English, he challenged himself. As he walked to the kitchen, he forced his thoughts into English. I need to make a sandwich. Let's see, bread, cheese, tomato. Oh wait, I should toast the bread first. It wasn't perfect, but the more he did it, the faster his mind adapted. Technique number 3, imitating native speakers. Alex pulled out his phone and played a video of his favorite English-speaking YouTuber. He listened carefully, then paused and repeated each sentence, mimicking the pronunciation and intonation. Wow, I sound almost like them, he thought, laughing at his own efforts. At first, he stumbled on some words, but he kept going. The more he imitated, the more confident he felt. Technique number 4, recording yourself. This was a scary one. The thought of hearing his own voice made him nervous. But he pressed record and started speaking. Hello, my name is Alex. Today, I'm practicing my English speaking skills. I hope I don't sound too weird. When he played it back, he cringed a little. But then, he noticed something. His pronunciation wasn't as bad as he thought. He also spotted mistakes he hadn't realized before. This is actually useful. I should do this more often, he decided. Technique number 5, describing pictures. Alex pulled up a random photo on his phone. It was a picture of a beach with golden sand and blue waves crashing onto the shore. "All right, let's describe this," he said to himself. "This is a beautiful beach. The water is a bright shade of blue, and the sky is clear. I can see some people walking along the shore, and, wait, is that a dog playing in the water?" The more he described, the easier it became. He realized that this technique not only improved his vocabulary but also helped him think quickly in English. By now, Alex was having fun. He couldn't believe how simple and effective these methods were. And guess what? There were still 4 more techniques left. Would he be able to complete all 9? Alex picked up a book from his shelf. It was an English novel he had been meaning to read for a long time. He opened a random page and started reading out loud. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. At first, he stumbled over some words, but he didn't stop. He read slowly, paying attention to pronunciation and rhythm. As he continued, he noticed something amazing. His voice was becoming clearer, and he was speaking with more confidence. "This actually feels good," he thought. The best part? Reading aloud made him hear English in his own voice, making it easier to remember new words now. Alex took things to the next level. "What if I imagine a conversation with someone?" He pretended he was in a coffee shop, ordering a drink. "Alex, hi. Can I get a cappuccino, please?" "Imaginary barista, sure. Would you like any sugar with that?" "Alex, no, thank you. Just the cappuccino." "Imaginary barista, all right. That'll be $3. He laughed at himself, but it was actually fun. He tried different scenarios, introducing himself at a party, asking for directions, even pretending to argue with a friend over which movie to watch. "This is amazing," he thought. "I'm training my brain to respond in English." This one sounded advanced, but Alex was ready for the challenge. He picked a podcast with native English speakers and played a short clip. The goal? Repeat everything immediately, without pausing. Podcast host, welcome back to the show. Today, we're talking about the best travel destinations for 2025. Alex, shadowing, welcome back to the show. Today, we're talking about the best travel destinations for 2025. It was fast, almost like a game. His tongue struggled to keep up at first, but after a few tries, he got the rhythm. This really helps with fluency, he realized. For the final technique, Alex decided to do something fun, singing. He picked his favorite English song, played the lyrics on his phone, and started singing along. "'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey," he sang, a little off-key. Singing helped him practice pronunciation without overthinking, and the melody made the words stick in his memory. As he finished the song, he sat back, smiling. "I did it! I tried all 9 techniques." Looking back, he realized something important: practicing alone doesn't mean you can't improve. In fact, these techniques had pushed him out of his comfort zone in ways he never expected. That night, as Alex lay in bed, he whispered to himself in English, "Tomorrow, I'm going to do even better." And with that thought, he drifted off to sleep, already excited for his next practice session. The next morning, Alex woke up feeling different. He had never felt this motivated about learning English before. He got out of bed, stretched, and decided to start his day with English. As he made his coffee, he described the process out loud. "I'm boiling water. Now, I'm adding coffee powder. The smell is so good." It felt natural now. He wasn't forcing himself. English was slowly becoming a part of his daily life. That evening, Alex decided to test himself. "I've been practicing alone, but can I actually hold a conversation with someone?" His heart raced at the thought. Speaking to real people felt completely different from practicing alone. Still, he wanted to try. He opened a language exchange app and connected with a native English speaker named Sarah. Sarah, hey, Alex. How's your day going? Alex, nervous, hi. My day is good. I practiced English today. Sarah, that's great. What did you do? Alex, I talked to myself, I read a book, and I sang a song. Alex paused. He could hear himself struggling, but he didn't panic. Instead, he smiled. I'm speaking English with a real person. This is progress. Sarah was kind and patient. She encouraged him, corrected his mistakes gently, and even taught him some new phrases. By the end of the conversation, Alex felt proud. He wasn't perfect, but he had communicated, and that was the whole point. The breakthrough moment days turned into weeks, and Alex kept practicing. He thought in English more often. He shadowed podcasts while jogging. He had daily conversations with people online. One day, while watching a movie, he realized something shocking. He understood the dialogue without subtitles. Wait, did I just do that? He thought, amazed. It was working. Every little effort, every technique, they were all adding up. And that's when he knew. He wasn't just practicing English anymore. He was living it.